What do you call a snail from space? Why did I think of this question? You see, I'm working on a project called Project S, which will get its own video soon, which is basically a project of trying to send a snail with an own habitat above the edge of space, about 30 kilometers, which is where Virgin Airlines space plane actually cruises at. Well, it'll be a little bit higher at 32 kilometers. But what do you call a snail in space? Was a question that came up. Because, obviously, I wanted to give the snail a title, make it feel special, like Snailstronaut or Astro Snail. But maybe I should give it its scientific name. So firstly, why not just call it an astronaut? First of all, I also had a debate of why we don't call it a cosmonaut or an astronaut, and what's the difference between the two. You see, cosmonaut makes more sense because cosmo means space and astro actually means star. So astronaut is star rider or someone that goes to star, astronauticus. But cosmonauticus is spacefarer, someone who went to space. But still, NASA chooses to call them astronauts. So, first, what is an astronaut? Or obviously a cosmonaut? Well, according to a credible source called Wikipedia, an astronaut or cosmonaut is a person trained by a human spaceflight program to command, pilot, or serve as a crew member of a spacecraft. So, we already have a problem. We can't call our snail an astronaut because it is not a person, and it doesn't control the ship. It is so maybe a space tourist. But what do you call a space tourist, and what does that mean? So, what is space tourism? Well, space tourism is human space travel for recreational purposes. Already we have a problem. So, luckily, tourism doesn't mean that they control the thing. So a space tourist doesn't control the ship. It really just sits there, like a snail. But it has to be a human. So, it can be a space tourist. So the other option is experimental animal. So let's check that one out. So, after doing some research, I found one thing that's pretty interesting. Apparently, I can just choose the name. You see, there was a cat once that got launched into space called Félicette. It was a French cat, a French street cat, which was sent into a suborbital trajectory of about 150 to 100 kilometers and above the Kármán line, to then safely descend with a parachute. After the cat landed, it did get a title, Astro Cat. But that title isn't scientifically accurate. So apparently I am allowed to give my snail its own title. And that title will be Snailstronaut. See you guys in another video, and goodbye.